Is the first episode of Panic Room podcast.
I'm nervous.
Huh? You're nervous? Why?
It's new, man.
It's new.
You're professional. You've been there plenty of times and stuff. You're used to this.
Used to what?
Cameras and stuff.
I'm not used to sitting in front of hella cameras. That's not what I'm used to.
This you okay? One then.
Yeah, one camera. Fair enough.
Because she does YouTube.
Anyway, I'm Zara. What is your name?
Kasan.
Zara? There we go.
Kasan. Just in case he's talking over me.
Oh, really? That's what we're doing now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I have to be quiet when you're talking?
No.
Why? Because the bass is so low we can't hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so I wanted to explain a little bit about why we called it Panic Room Podcast. I'm 20. He's also 20. But there's a lot that I think our generation goes through that we panic about continuously, and everything we genuinely panic about. Like, we're getting older, we're turning into adults, and no one explains. There's no book, there's no guidelines, there's no rules. And we're basically, I would say from 16 up, just panicking continuously about everything that we either have to do or haven't done. So...
Do you know what it is? I think it's because we're mature for our age.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Because we're mature for our age.
Yeah. A lot of people, they're more like...
They don't worry about it.
Yeah, they're living, isn't it?
Yeah, I feel like genuinely between like 16, maybe 21, usually 18, like people are just living. They're not thinking about what's going to happen when you turn into an adult.
Yeah, we'll say most, innit? Because I know some people that are.
Yeah. So when you hit 18, or if you hit 18 and you don't go to uni, or if you hit 18 and you do go to uni but you're a bit more mature, then you realize, okay, cool, I'm turning into an adult, there's stuff that I have to do. But I feel like if you go to uni as well, you're not thinking about, all right, I have to be an adult. It's just like, okay, cool, yeah, I've got 2 more years, 3 more years, 4 more years maybe to like do whatever it is that I want to do and live life. But that was never really the case for me. From like 14, I was like, right, okay, there's stuff that has to be done. Like, I'm going to be 16 soon, then I'm going to be 18, then I'm going to be 21. And it was just panic, mayhem.
Yeah. Do you know what? My school had a big part to play in that, you know?
Your school?
Yeah.
Why?
My second school.
Because they didn't help?
Nah, because they was like, you know how they scare you?
Oh, yeah.
So they're like, your GCSEs are important.
It's the rest of your life.
Because one of my maths teachers, I think I used to mess around in class, innit? I think he's like, if you carry on, you're going to work at McDonald's and stuff like that. Yeah,
That's
they'll
rude.
say stuff like that, and they'll be like, I think they normalized sixth form, because the norm is people go college, innit?
Yeah.
But they will see college as like the downgrade.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, but
you
I
got this
didn't
told
care.
at the time.
I didn't care, because education's not for me, innit? Like,
Yeah. I feel like for me, my school was like that, but with GCSEs. So they was like, it's the ticket to the rest of your life. And I had GCSEs early. So I had GCSEs in year 9. And then I had GCSEs in year 11 as well. So from year 9, I was like, okay, cool. I have exams. I have stuff that I should be revising for. And if I don't do good, then I won't go to a good college and I won't get into a good uni. And yeah, so. But I feel like after you finish your GCSEs, you realize that don't mean nothing. And then you get into college and that's a shag. So
I thought I was a big man.
When? After GCSEs?
Before. I don't know why.
No, because you've always have. That's why.
I wasn't the only one though.
Who else? Your friendship group didn't all think they were big men. It was only you.
Nah.
It was only you.
Nah. Yeah. I've always been. I was like an old man in a little kid's body, bruv. Like,
I don't think so. I think now you are.
Why? Because I'm moody?
No, you've always been moody. You've always been moody. I think now you are because your mindset is a lot more different than what most men at 20 have. Their mindset on. if that makes sense. Like, I feel like a lot of
Go on.
boys at 20 are thinking about either girls or money, not legacy and building and empires. It's very different. Do you get what I mean? They're thinking about fast money. I feel like boys think about that from 16 until 21 or 25-ish.
Yeah.
That's all they're thinking about. Your mindset is very different. Your mindset is, okay, but I want money for this reason. This is what I want the money for. I don't just need money for now, for this week, because I want to buy a pair of trainers, or because I want to impress a girl, or because I want a car. Do you get what I mean? It's very different.
Yeah. I think it's different because in a way, it's kind of weird to like not want stuff for that reason. It's normalized to buy rubbish. Does that make sense?
Yeah, right now, yeah, of course.
Because like, say for example, you see with like businesses and stuff, anyone, I don't know, I'd say with clothes or I don't know, trying to get money for a small business, whatever you're doing. Most people don't want to do that because they don't want to graft for that. Does that make sense? Like
Grafting
they don't.
in what way though?
So like, you know
because
how
a lot of boys at 20 will say they are grafting.
No, but that's what I'm saying. You know how people, they don't like, I wouldn't say trust in I'll say trust in the process, basically. They don't believe like if you put in the work, you'll get the results.
Yeah,
and they don't believe it.
We're very much focused on instant gratification.
Yeah.
Our generation especially. I think that's women and men though. It's a right now thing. What's going to make me money right now? What can I do right now that's going to pay off right now? And I feel like that's a lot of the reason why our generation we don't really necessarily think about long-term education like a master's or a doctorate, things like that, because it's like, God, that takes too long. That's too many years. I could be doing something else. Do you get what I mean? Or you don't even want to go to uni for that reason. I'm not saying to go to uni, because I do, you don't.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't wish that on anyone. I wouldn't, unless you need a degree for what you want to do, or you're really, really into education, then do your thing. But me personally, I decided to go. I knew I was going to go anyway. But that's my version of grafting when I was 18. And then
it makes sense. You was always academic. Smart.
Yeah, but that's what I thought was grafting. Does that make sense? Like I didn't know anything else but education. And so I hit 18 until I turned like 17, 18, I would say. So for me, that was grafting. For you, it was different. Do you get what I mean? That's what I'm saying. A lot of people's mindsets are very different as soon as they hit 20 because it's in different places.
Do you know what's weird, yeah? I thought that I still thought education was important, yeah. But I was like, there's no way you mean to tell me that I have to do education for this long and then do what I want to do. Surely there's another way. Like, I know you lot are basically lying to me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because with me, especially how I used to get in trouble in school, most of the teachers that were there, they knew I was, I'll say, smart for my age. So like, I would have conversations with them and then they'd be like, oh, like, no, I need to focus in school so you can do this. I'll be like, so if I don't want to do that, they'll be like, well, you need to do that. Like, why are you shouting? Option. And then they get upset. Does that make sense? Yeah. Whereas nowadays, I think the generation younger than us, obviously they can see people doing like their podcasts, YouTube, being an influencer, wherever you can do there's lots of other ways, but when we was younger, there weren't really that much ways. Or there was, but it wasn't like how it is now.
I feel like the most we got told about when we was like asking what is there other than university. It was like, oh, there's apprenticeships, and that was new at the time. It's like, oh, there's apprenticeships. You could work and get a degree, but it was still you getting a degree, if that makes sense. And that was scary for a lot of people. I know a lot of like my friends, their parents was like, what's that? What was I going to give you? You're not doing that. Like, you're going to uni, that's it. That's the only option. And I would say not even the generation under us, maybe like a year under us, that's fine because they're cool. Like they know there's been a generation that has done the whole apprenticeship stuff before them, so they can see that it's available. And then of course influencers and YouTube and all of that stuff, we didn't have that many opportunities. So in my mind, grafting was education, university, A levels, GCSEs. That was it. Like, and that killed me. The panic, the anxiety, and the stress throughout A levels was hard. It was hard. I feel like I've always been able to do both. Like I was always in education, but doing loads of other stuff alongside it. And I feel like that's what kept me balanced. And like in A levels, I stopped doing all the other stuff alongside it because I thought A levels was what I needed to do. I couldn't do anything other than A levels. I had to focus on that. These are gonna like be my ticket, this and that. And I died. Like it was ridiculous.
I think that was everyone.
It was not everyone, you know.
Even I think that was most people actually. I'll say most. Most people I know that were like that because everyone was. I think one person was scared to go into the hall.
To go into
like they was having a panic attack.
Oh, the exam hall.
Yeah. I was tired.
That's a scary place to be.
I was tired.
You was tired of the hall?
No, just tired in general. I was not. You know me. I'm not a morning person. I wake up early, but I'll be grouchy. Like I needed a Lucozade to wake me up for these exams. Like I needed something. Like it just wasn't me. As soon as I finished the paper's closed and my head is on the paper and I'm going to sleep.
No, I was panicking. But like, you know, when you're at like such a high level of stress that it's pure adrenaline. So like I was running on like 0 hours sleep, maybe a nap I had like 40 minutes maybe before I went to my exam. I did not eat breakfast, like nothing. Then I would just hit the exam. But like straight, as soon as I got home, I'm gone to the world. You asked me about anything in that paper, don't remember. Ask me about that day, don't remember. I don't remember when I woke up. I don't remember the clothes that I put on. I don't remember anything.
Yeah, after the exam, the sleep is sweet.
It's fantastic. Yeah, no. I did psychology, sociology, and politics. My exams were ridiculous.
Done triple science, innit?
What, for GCSEs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are you laughing at me?
Extra half an hour.
Why is that funny?
I was so happy I didn't do that.
Oh, you was enjoying it?
Yeah. Remember my science teacher barely remembered our names.
Yeah, I feel like that's one reason why our mindset is different. Your mindset is different because our teachers didn't help. Obviously, we went to different schools, but my teachers were non-existent in year 11, and so were yours. Like it was just, oh yeah, and you got kicked out, so it's a bit had to do everything yourself kind of situation. But yeah, nah.
My teachers were either too old or too young. There was no in between.
Them fresh out of university teachers. They didn't last long in our school. I was telling you about this the other day. We had one of those type of teachers for history, yeah. I went to an all-girls school. She came in for history. When I tell you, she lasted 2 days. She taught year 11, and I was in year 10 at the time. She taught one year 11 class, and then she taught our year 10 class, and she cried, and she left, and she quit.
Who made her cry?
The year 11s. No, it wasn't us. It wasn't us. We annoyed her, but we didn't make her cry. We made our languages teacher cry, though.
Yeah. My science teacher taught my friend's mum. Yeah, my friend's mum and I think her auntie. It's a friend's mum's auntie, and she has 2 hip replacements. So now you know why she could barely remember our names. And then there was one who was fresh out of uni, and like obviously, most teachers that come out of uni, they don't really know how to interact with kids in it. So you can imagine. Them times as well. Our class was all boys, so we was the reason.
Why was you all boys?
That's just how it was, but we was the reason why they mixed it because before the classroom was all boys and then all girls to stop distractions from going on.
Living in distractions.
Yeah, it was weird. So you see, like from year 7 to year 8.
What was you not distracted by? The girls?
No, this was when we got there. So you can imagine from year 6 going into year 7, you think that's the norm.
Yeah.
But they're telling us this. We're not asking why, because obviously we're new to the secondary school thing. So we're there now.
I never knew they split you lot's classes up.
Exactly. No, but this is what I'm saying. So we're there now, and then we're like, where's all the girls? Because everyone...
You're waiting to see all the girls?
Yes. Mm-hmm. No, not me. Not me.
No, just admit
I was waiting for a teacher to pick on.
Just admit it.
No, not me.
Just you.
Most of us.
You?
Me.
You included.
Yeah. So like, and it was like, where's all the girls? And then it was like, your classes are just boys. And we're like, what? We're like, why? But it's calm because my class was the live class.
Okay.
I think there was only 2 classes. There was class where it was quiet, like everyone got on their work. And then our class was loud. But the classes were mixed abilities. So it wasn't like, this is what I'm saying. They didn't even have sets. It didn't make no sense to me personally. Maybe it was just in year 7 they done that. I keep hearing this. Maybe it was just in year 7 they were doing that, yeah. Mm-hmm. But I think we had a teacher. We had a humanities lesson. Do you know what humanities is? Mm-hmm. Just like.
But why do they put go on, continue.
So, what'd you say?
I'm gonna ask why they put all those subjects together.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. So we had that lesson, and obviously.
And your school was new, innit, when you got started?
It was 2 years old. So yeah, 3 years old. We was the 3rd year. So the highest year was year 10. Yeah, the highest year was in year 10. The highest year was year 10. Anyway, teacher's come now. She's trying to get our attention. We wasn't having it. Long story short, we made her cry. Like she stood there and she was like that. And she's been a teacher for I think 5 years or something like that. But she said for whatever reason, she said our class was the worst class that she ever had. It didn't make I personally didn't believe her because if you think about it, do you know how much teenagers you'd have to bump into within 5 years?
But also, I don't think our year was as bad as the years before us. Like I remember getting into year 7, yeah. And when because I went to an all-girls school, there were certain places you just didn't walk because year 11s were there. Like you did not go there. And we would like, I don't think our year looks like our age, personally. When you used to see the year 11s, when we were in year 7, they looked grown. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Big people. So we wouldn't go near them. Like we wouldn't go near them. And they would always be in trouble. Bare disruption. Whenever there was like a year 11 class next door, you just noise. Just straight noise. So if I had to say, oh yeah, it's the worst class I've ever had, I'd be like...
It didn't make sense. Because I remember, for whatever... It makes sense that you said that actually, because I used to think that when it was our year and downwards,
we just looked young.
We weren't like school like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no.
Like, even with like talking back, my older cousins would always tell me that they've said the maddest thing to a teacher and they haven't got kicked out.
Or done the maddest thing to a teacher and haven't got kicked out.
Yeah, but you can kiss your teeth at a teacher and it's raps.
Yeah, now it is, yeah.
So I didn't get that, but it actually makes sense now. I think they've got more softer.
We have. I feel like as a generation, we've gotten better. Nah. We've gotten nicer.
No, but that's because of
in school. But I don't know if that's because the teachers have gotten worse or education has gotten more strict or what.
It's education getting more strict.
Because like when we got there was no like proper uniform. Like there was no school bags, trainers, nothing. And then when we got to like year 9, they started implementing, you have to wear these type of shoes. See? You have to bring this type of bag. It didn't work. It didn't last.
Did you have corridor cards?
No, you lot had corridor cards.
Yeah, bro. we had cards, yeah.
But you went to an academy, innit?
Yeah, for 3 years. And then the last 2 years. Yeah. We had corridor cards, right? So
Mhm.
basically, it's a card with warnings. So say if I run around in the corridor and the teacher stops me, stop, what are you doing? Give me your corridor card. They'll literally tick it. So it's a checklist. So when it gets to 4, I think they exclude you or something like that. So they were doing all of that. And then obviously, reports and whatnot.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think for a whole year and a half, I was on report.
I think like half of my year was on report.
But even like the the guys in my year, majority of the kids that were on report, they weren't bad.
Yeah, no, but
I don't think I was bad personally. I weren't bad. When I was in my lesson, I done my work. Outside the lesson, maybe. But I was just a normal teenage boy, innit? So it makes sense.
Okay.
You're not gonna vouch for me.
I'm not vouching. I went there, I can't vouch for you, I can't lie to you. I met you outside of school. Outside of school, you were a bad breed. So I can't
No, I
talk
wasn't.
Sorry?
No.
Okay.
Nah.
Okay.
Come on, man. First impression on the podcast.
What first impression? First impressions, he was out here calling me a colorist. That's the first impression that you gave today. Don't talk about me. I can't save you now. I'm not saving you.
I knew he's gonna bring
bad,
that up.
He got kicked out.
I knew he's gonna
He
bring that
beat
up.
someone up.
You're funny.
I'm just gonna start coming from you for that one.
I'm ready, man.
You're gonna explain yourself. You're gonna no defense.
You are though.
Huh?
You're not.
Sorry?
You're not.
Explain.
I'm minding you up.
Yes, we know.
Okay, so what am I meant to explain?
Explain
why you are.
No, what you said. Why you said it.
Why I said it?
Yes.
Because you are.
So
I'm minding you up.
That's something I
Basically, I called you a colorist because I know it winds you up. And you're the complete opposite. And I'm very surprised. Because remember, I think we were speaking about it when you had the conversation with your friend.
Yeah.
And even she was surprised that you thought how you think.
That is a topic
it's not the norm.
Day.
It's not the norm.
It's not the norm for a light-skinned girl
Something like that.
To not be colorist, apparently.
I wouldn't say colorist, but I have views on certain things.
Well, my views on certain things. But like we were saying, it's just maturity levels and also conversations with people that I'm around. There's no need for me to feel any type of way or to think certain things that I think society definitely does.
Does make sense.
Think. It's rude. He's just rude.
Me?
Talk about my first impressions. Don't do that.
We're friends now.
No, we're not.
Anyway. what else do you want to talk about?
I wanted to ask you, what are you panicking about currently?
My goals.
Goals with what?
What? My specific goals or?
No, goals with what? Goals life.
Not life goals. I would say, do you know what it is? I think it's getting it.
Why is that a bad thing?
I think
not life goals.
I think it's getting my goals done in time when I want them to. Does that make sense?
Do you feel like there's a time limit on them?
No, but I would like it to be within that time limit. Does that make sense?
Age-wise, what's the time limit?
23.
23?
Yeah, so
that's
years.
Young.
Exactly.
that's see what I mean about your mind? That's
no,
young.
not all. No, but this I'm saying, not all of them. I think with the clothing.
Yeah.
3 years.
Okay.
And then others, I would say 3. I'd give it a good 5-year gap.
Okay. So the plan is to be foundation finished.
Yeah.
By like 25.
Yeah.
Good goal.
What about you?
Me, what am I panicking about?
Yeah.
Life. You know how I am. I overthink everything. all the time. Like, I could be sitting down and nothing will be happening, and my mind is going.
Yeah, because you're not doing anything. You need something.
Yeah, like, I feel like I'm not doing anything if I'm not doing something. And, like, that stops me from relaxing. Because, like, I remember in uni, because I study sociology, and so at uni, we were genuinely talking about that sense of, like, if we're not working on something, if we're not doing an essay or revising, we feel like we're inadequate.
Do you know what that is, though? Because obviously, so what? I'll say you've had like 8 years of school.
Yeah. Something like that.
8, 9 years.
More.
That's why you're used to.
Yeah. I have to be doing something.
Yeah, and then someone's just relaxing.
Yeah. But now, before, because my version of grinding was only education before, in summer, I could just live and I'd be fine.
Exactly.
But now, because I know there's a lot more other than me just getting my degree that needs to be done, it doesn't stop. So, like, now I'm in summer. I shouldn't be thinking about anything. But it's like, there's stuff that needs to be done because in September, that's my last year. Like,
scared.
Oh, terrified. Terrified. Absolutely panicking.
Man, you should be cool, man.
Nah, I don't think you understand. I know people in my uni, that are doing masters just to not go into the real world. They're putting themselves in more debt, more stress, more anxiety, more struggles, just to not live in the real world, just to not have to get a job and think about an apartment and be panicking, because all we know is education. So they just feel more comfortable being that type of stress than not knowing where life is taking them type of stress. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, but I've got a weird theory.
Go on.
I understand why people would get their masters, but I don't understand why most people go to uni. Does that make sense?
Doesn't make sense.
It's a weird theory. I want to explain it. Alright, cool. So you see with your masters, it's like, correct me if I'm wrong, that's not the highest form of education.
Your masters?
Yeah.
No, you can get a doctorate, PhD.
Yeah, before the doctorate and PhD.
Yeah. Masters, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, say for example, you're like, obviously you just finished uni now, gone to uni. Oh yeah, just finished my degree. Everyone's had that before. Not everyone hears, oh, I just finished my master's.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? And especially in the field that you want to go in.
Yeah.
So I get that.
But in order to get to a master's, you have to do your degree.
Yeah, but I also get why if people keep hitting that. I also get if people go to uni for the field that they want to work in.
Yeah. Yeah, completely.
But I don't get why people go for no reason.
Yeah, like they in X, they generally have like a saying for masters is panic masters. You're not doing a master's because you want to, because there's a field that you want to work in. You're doing it because you're panicking. Like, and you don't want to live. Like, and you don't know what's gonna happen. Because it's scary. Like, it's scary to think about after university you're not gonna have a job. Or you're not gonna get a graduate job. Which they think that like every person who goes into university is gonna get a graduate job. You're not.
You don't get sucked in differently.
And now you're in debt.
Everyone gets sucked in differently.
It's ridiculous. And I can understand the panic. Like, I can get, like, even now, me next year, like, I'm thinking about me finishing, and I'm like, might just do a master's. And I know I'm not. Like, I know I'm not going to do a master's because I cannot bring myself to do it. But it's like, one more year. Like, oh wait, 1 more year. Like, it gives you more time to figure life out.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But it's also that feeling of like, feeling like you have to figure yourself out and exactly what you're going to do by the time you finish uni. And I feel like that's what everyone in our generation thinks. So by 21, you got to have everything in order.
I don't think you do.
But that's our mindset. We know, one, based on who we know, who we talk to.
Yeah.
But also because of what we see in society, that's not the case. A lot of people don't know what it is they're doing until 25, 27. But while you're at uni, remember, you're in the real world already.
Yeah.
Like, you've been there since 18. So you've met, you've understood, you've experienced. You get that, like, 21 ain't the end and be all of everything that you need to know ever.
This
when
is
you're
the
at
nursery
uni,
of real life.
do you get what I mean? Like, it's nursery real life. Do you get it? When you're in uni, you're only surrounded by, especially like if you're in a university city, you're only surrounded by other people that are doing exactly what you're doing. So everyone's thinking, oh, by the time we leave here, you gotta have it all figured out. And that's not the case.
Do you know what's mad about that? Yeah. That's so weird. Remember the documentary you told me to watch about the thing with the phones, how is it algorithm?
Yeah.
That it's like that with the uni.
Oh, like what they put in front of you.
Yeah, what you put in front of you is what you see.
Yeah. So basically there's this documentary on Netflix. Got the name.
We need to plug them in.
I'll find the name. If I find the name, it will be somewhere. But there's a documentary on Netflix about social media and how they plug us all in and stuff like that, and how the adverts that you get and you receive, and even the things that pop up on your timeline, they're making it happen. Well, the algorithm is making it happen. Like, it learns who you are and what you like and all that stuff, and then it gives you loads of like-minded things. So a lot of people who are stuck in their ways or very strong in their opinions, they're very strong in those opinions because they feel like everyone around them and on their social media agrees with them. But that's because that's the only thing that they're seeing. And I feel like society is very much like that, like especially in uni. If everyone that you're talking to is also going to uni, you're only understanding what everyone that goes to uni thinks. And I feel like the reason why I wasn't like that was because half my friends didn't go to uni, half my friends did. So I was in and out. But a lot of people that all of their friends go to uni, your whole circle's in uni, that's what you're thinking. By the time you leave, you have to know exactly what it is that you're doing. Same if all of your friends aren't in uni. It's a completely different mindset that you're going to have because all of your friends aren't doing something else. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, you're only stuck with that group of friends. And I feel like, yes, it's hard to diversify your friendship group, but it needs to be done because you might be panicking for the wrong reasons.
For me, it was calm because, again, most of the people I chill with are older than me.
Yeah.
So they're at uni while I'm in year 11. So,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and obviously, like, cousins and stuff. Oh, you need to go uni. You don't do this. You know, some saying yes, some saying no. Then my friends are going to uni. My friends are going to uni, sorry. And it's like, most of my friends will say they're going uni just for the sake of going uni, or their parents are on them for going uni. And I was like, what do I want to go uni for? Because they even said, like, if you go uni, make sure it's something you want to do. And
or at least something you enjoy.
Yeah. Originally, I was going to go uni to be a sports nutrition.
Yeah.
And I was like, a nutritionist, proper word for it. Sorry. And then I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. I was just, with the education thing, I was done because obviously I was studying sports science. I enjoyed it, but it's like, I don't know if I want to do this as a career thing because again, I wanted to do electrician thing. So I was like, nah, it didn't make sense doing.
And with that, there's only like a few jobs, a few sectors that you can go into.
Exactly.
So if you aren't like fully ready to pick one of those jobs, then.
And my science teacher messed me up, so there's no way I could do it.
But like, even with that, picking something that you enjoy or something that you genuinely like see a future in, it's a lot easier said than done. And I feel like the pandemic definitely showed that, because how many people I knew that dropped out second year, first year, whatever, just because they were doing their degree just for the sake of getting the degree or getting a good job. And when you're stuck in a room for months, only having your education to do and Zooms and essays, you realize you don't want to do that degree. It doesn't fulfill you. It was everything else that was happening that fulfilled you, that made you like, okay, cool, I'll do the degree. But you don't want to do it. And then you've dropped out, you're in debt, just because you picked something that was gonna make you money that ain't gonna make you money anymore. Actually, it just lost you hella money. Now you're in debt. Like it's panicking, man.
For you lot, it's kind of, I can't imagine doing uni during
A pandemic.
and that.
Oh no, I was grateful. I love my degree,
I wouldn't have
but that's
been
the
in my
only
lessons.
reason.
I would have been sleeping.
You'd been in the sleeping.
Most of them. No. Nah, yeah, most of them. Getting mornings, it's not the one. Even though I could just open it and I'm in my bed. Or I'll just fall asleep in the lesson.
Yeah, no, education isn't for him. It's not
No.
for him. But the weirdest thing is, yeah, education, like sitting down at a desk, learning with a teacher, isn't for you. But when you decide that you want to learn about something,
Yeah.
you're fine.
It's when I
You're
was-
good to go.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's why uni ain't for everyone, because you could get the same, and I'll say this with my whole heart, you could get the same education, not the same piece of paper, but you could get the same education from books.
Yeah, knowledge.
Yeah, the same knowledge. You don't have to go to uni and do the whole society needed a degree, because nowadays even everyone has a degree. So what's really gonna what's gonna stand out when you want that job?
That's the thing though. Most people think that they need
a degree.
A degree to know something. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I feel like because of sociology, I realized that that's not gonna make me happy regardless. Like that degree to get that good job, I'm still gonna be stressed. I'm still gonna be panicking. I'm still gonna be upset. I'm still gonna be anxious if I get that great, amazing job. Because I don't want to be there. I don't want to do the 9 to 5 with the boss telling me that I can't have my hair out.
That's mad.
Like telling you what to do because I'm a female, being sexist. I couldn't do it. I would lose my stuff.
A lot of people don't think like that, you know.
Well, it's not going to make you happy regardless.
They'll think like that, like 5 years within their career path.
Yeah, no, I said it wasn't gonna happen. Like even no, it was bad because I had a conversation with my friend.
You said that straight away. You didn't even step through the door and nothing.
No, it's bad. It's not good. This is not a good thing. Okay, this is why when I sit down, my brain is going 10,000 miles an hour because it's like, okay, cool, Zara, you're not doing 9 to 5. So what's going on? Like stuff has to be done because money still has to be made. You know, foundations, we want houses. Houses are hella expensive. Like all of these things are wanted. So how else am I going to get there? Because I feel like I learned that way too early. Because I was talking to my friend and she's an international student, isn't it?
Yeah.
So her parents are like, you're doing a master's. Like she's not allowed to go and do nothing until she finishes her master's. It's by force. And we was having that conversation and she was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. But she doesn't want that 9 to 5 job. And I was like, why couldn't we have figured this out later? Like, why couldn't we be in like 27, 25, 27, maybe in our 30s? And then we're like, oh, this ain't bringing me any happiness, you know, midlife crisis type times. You know, that'd have been fine. Quit our jobs, start painting, do whatever it is that we want to do at that age. At least we got money to back us.
Funny.
But we have this mindset now with nothing to back us. Like, we're just out here homeless. Like, that's what's going to happen because we learned this way too soon.